25 minutes on to 7 o'clock. This is where I say good morning to you, Grenada, Caribbean, Cupidi, Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, the rest of the world. It's Tuesday, the 5th day of August, 2025. I just think I need to take this song from the top, you know? Yeah, I really need to take this song from the top. Yeah, this song is just, you know, it epitomizes everything that happens in my life. Listen to the opening words. Thank you, Janice Charles.
Yeah.
Good morning to the world. Wake up, shake up, and live.
Some people ask me why I always have a smile on my face.
They always want to know that. How do I do it?
I tell them it's a reflection of your joy, your love, and saving grace.
Nothing but that.
When I think of all the good things you have.
It's a good day to have a good day in a good way. Lauren Salim, good morning to you and the folks inside of Hermitage. Samuel Caesar, Reverend Samuel Caesar, good morning.
And that's favor.
Mildred Smith, how is it?
Favor is upon me.
How are you doing? You're enjoying it, right? I had to organize your mangoes and you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but this is a kind of busy time.
Favor is upon me.
Lauren is only his favor. Good morning, Joan. How are you doing? I hope you're doing fine.
Favor
Yeah, that's what keeps me, man.
is upon me, Lord.
You know, sometimes I know I puzzle the haters, you know what I'm saying? You know, they concoct, they conspire, they do all sorts of things to break me, you know? And when they see I'm not broken and I'm always smiling, they wonder, well, how are you doing that? Not me, papi. Touch not the Lord's anointed. Good morning to the world. I got to do this morning, man. You know, I got to do this. It's Tuesday. Heavenly Father, you woke us up. We're thankful. We're blessed. And we give you praise. Thank you, Lord, for being so good and so faithful, even when we weren't. My prayer is that you would watch over our children as they go to and from school while school is on vacation and keep them safe from all harm. May you continue to heal the sick, mend the broken hearts, meet each financial need, and cover us with the blood of Jesus. Amen. May every challenge you face today be met with divine strength and wisdom from above. The Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusts in him, and he helps me. That's according to Psalms 28 and verse 7. I want us to reach out and say good morning to my friends at the Met office. Trisha Miller and Cassia Johnson, Mr. Wint, Mr. Frank, Mr. Jonathan Price. Good morning. Who am I missing out? Man, good morning to the Andrew Charles. Good morning. Hope you all are doing fine, right? Have a good day. Yeah, it's a good day to have a good day in a good way. The word of the day today, that word is terse. Terse. T-E-R-S-E. Terse.
God has smiled up.
And it means brief and to the point. It is spelled T-E-R-S-E. Terse. Brief and to the point. Here's how we can use that word in a sentence. His terse reply left no room for further questions. To the point. Yeah. Yes or no if you can. Sometimes you over-inform. Too much information. So remember that the word today is terse. T-E-R-S-E. It means brief and to the point. Petlin, good morning to you. Good morning, Petlin. How you doing? Hope you're doing fine. The folks in Munich, everybody.
Your favor is upon me. Hallelujah, your favor.
Nice. Erlin, good morning to you. Hope you're doing fine, Erlin. Enjoying her day as always, locked on. Reverend Samuel Caesar and the folks in East Flatbush, New York. Good morning. Nonetheless, it's Nadisha's time. You know, I've always designated this time to Nadisha. I'm not hearing, I'm not seeing Can someone tell me if Nadisha is fine?
is upon me.
Nowadays, you have to be so careful, you know. You miss someone for a while and then
Favor
the inevitable occurs.
is upon me.
The motivational tip of the day.
Favor
Good morning, Esther. Yeah.
is upon me. Is upon me, Lord.
Take time to disconnect.
Favor
Step away from technology to recharge your mind.
Lord.
Disconnecting often sparks creativity and focus. Yeah, I had a friend once, right? And she would say to me, today is no phone day. Yeah, you know, no phone, no technology. You just be natural for that day. You know what I'm saying? Disconnect. And it gets your creative juices flowing. All right? Disconnecting sparks creativity and focus. The phone, the gadgets are really distracting sometimes, you know. Yeah, I wonder how some folks do it. You know, some folks, their phone or the tablet is like part of their dress code, you know. But, you know, disconnect sometimes and, you know, take a walk in the mountains and the hills, experience nature, see a snake, see a monkey, you know. It's, you know, experience and taste nature. Disconnect from the gadgets. It's healthy. Yeah. Nice.
This song
Thank you.
is dedicated to Lucy Thomas King. Alright.
What's buzzing this morning? Grenada's revenue collection takes a hit. Fine flavored chocolate industry boosted by International Trade Center training held in Grenada. A farmer remanded for gun and ammunition possession. In the region, PNP campaign focuses on Prime Minister with certified statutory declarations. Internationally, U.S. to implement visa bond program to deter overstays. And in sports, Cricket West Indies director demands greater contribution from regional governments.
Unto the morning, who make the birds to sing the songs of a new day.
I saw Uncle Tilly yesterday in the traffic, man. Uncle Tilly, good morning to you. Looking good still, man.
Gets you through the
I think the little walk on mornings and the little farming and so forth, nature has a way of rejuvenating you, eh? Yeah. Shiny, good morning to you. How you doing, Papi? You good? Your mom okay? Nice. Folks, I want to urge you, we've got a lot of visitors, like foreign visitors. We have a lot of locals returning. Be mindful, interact nice. I saw my good friend Randy yesterday. Randy, welcome home, man. You're aging, boy. The beard getting white. And you're not dying. That's good. You're not putting dye. Good morning to my teacher friend in Corinth. The shop in the Marinas Gap. Good morning, good morning. Folks, the AM edition of News, Sports and the Weather comes up right after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
There's only one thing that you need.
It's a busy world, and we all know the saying, time is money. Meet Candice and Oliver. They both have busy days ahead. Let's see how that goes. Candice is in a rush, off to the bank, again. Oh, looks like she didn't plan for traffic, or this long line either. Now let's check in on Oliver. His morning starts a little differently. Using his phone, Oliver makes a peer-to-peer transfer and pays his bills, all while having his morning coffee. At the store, Oliver checks his finances with online banking. Candice? Still waiting. Back to Oliver. He stops at the bank to meet his loan officer. While waiting, he schedules a payment and makes a wire transfer. Wondering about Candice? Yup, still waiting. Candice could be like Oliver if she uses Co-op Bank's e-solutions. Make your day easier with Co-op Bank's swift, simple, and secure e-banking platform. Bank on your terms, from anywhere, at any time. Click, tap, done. Banking just got easier.
Welcome home.
This is the GBN Morning News for today, Tuesday, August 5th, 2025. Coming up in the news, Grenada's revenue collection takes a hit. A fine flavor chocolate industry boosted by International Trade Center training in Grenada. Farmer remanded for gun and ammunition possession. In the region, PNP campaign focuses on PM with certified statutory declarations. Internationally, U.S. to implement visa bond program to deter overstays. And in sports, Cricket West Indies director demands greater contribution from regional governments. We've got these and more after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
At Oasis Pet and Garden, we bring you the best products at the best prices nationwide. Layers and broiler chicks. All animal feeds and supplies available, including supplements, waterers and feeders, and lots more. For the farmers, we have you covered, literally. Greenhouse plastic, premium quality ground cover, hydroponic systems, pesticides and fungicides, rain guns, weed whackers, and more. Visit the Oasis Pet and Garden today. Conveniently located along the Wester Hall Main Road, Wester Hall, St. David's,
and Melville Street, St. George's. Now serving you at 2 locations. Visit us today.
Hi, good morning, everyone. With the details, I am Gordon Joseph. Grenada's government revenue has declined by 99 million EC dollars for the period January to May 2025 compared to the same period in 2024. The total earnings for this year stand at EC $514.3 million, down from $613.3 million in 2024. The main contributing factor is significant reduction in revenue from the Investment Migration Agency, the IMA, which generated EC $207.2 million in 2024, but only EC $92.7 million in 2025. While Customs and Excise, as well as Inland Revenue Departments, have seen little change, the decline in IMA revenue has greatly impacted the government's overall earnings. However, May's fiscal report notes that revenue collections exceeded projections, mainly due to taxes on international transactions and IMA revenues. Despite this, the report highlights lower than expected grant inflows and slightly reduced capital spending, resulting in primary and overall deficits exceeding monthly targets. The International Trade Center hosted a 2-day cocoa trading workshop in northern Grenada, bringing together 30 participants, including farmers and chocolate makers. The training aimed to strengthen knowledge in sustainable cocoa production and quality improvement, fostering collaboration across the cocoa value chain. Led by seasoned plant scientist Sarah Barath, the workshop covered topics such as fermentation, drying techniques, and soil management. Local experts also shared their knowledge, emphasizing the importance of quality post-harvest processing and branding. The training is part of the International Trade Center's commitment to support Grenada's cocoa sector, particularly after Hurricane Beryl. The center plans to deepen its engagement in Grenada, supporting initiatives to improve cocoa quality and production and enhance export opportunities for high-quality Grenadian chocolate. The Organization of Eastern Caribbean States hosted 2 information sessions in Grenada for micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises in the blue economy. The sessions, held on July 29th and 31st, 2025, provided insights into the regional SMSME Matching Grants Program and upcoming business development services. Dr. Janelle Murray led the sessions, which attracted strong participation from businesses in fisheries, marine tourism, and waste management. The service will include one-on-one assessment, training, and technical support to strengthen competitiveness and operational capacity. Examples of benefits include training in product packaging, digital marketing, and financial management. The sessions also covered the UBEC Regional MSME Matching Grants, which offer up to $25,000 for individual businesses and $150,000 for value chain groups to help MSMEs become more competitive and application ready. And finally, a 55-year-old farmer from Motley Hill, St. George, has been remanded to prison after being charged with possession of a firearm and ammunition. Kenneth Charles was arrested on August 2nd, 2025, during a police operation at the Carnage in St. George's. A search of his vehicle uncovered a Taurus pistol with 9 rounds of ammunition. Charles appeared in court on August 4th and was denied bail. He is scheduled to return to court on August 14th. The police operation led to the discovery of the firearm, and Charles is now facing charges related to its possession. He will remain in custody until his next court appearance. The case is ongoing, and further details are expected to emerge during the upcoming court hearing. Now that concludes the first segment of news, the local segment. Stay with us. The regional and international developments, along with the sports and the weather, they are straight ahead. In the region, PNP Jamaica campaign focuses on PM with a certified statutory declaration. We hear more in this OCM News report.
The change in the swearing of the oath to swear allegiance to the people of Grenada and Grenada.
Okay, I do apologize for that mix-up with the regional newscast. We move forward with our international news. Looking further afield, the U.S. is set to launch a pilot program requiring some tourists and business visitors to post bonds of up to $15,000 to secure their visas. The 12-month program, starting August 20th, targets individuals from countries with high rates of overstays, although the specific nations have not been named. The program aims to deter visa overstayers and could generate some $20 million in revenue. The initiative is part of a broader effort to address visa compliance issues following a June announcement that considered travel bans on 36 countries with high overstay rates. The bond program will apply to B1 and B2 visa applicants from select countries with the goal of promoting visa adherence and reducing overstays. A group of approximately 600 retired Israeli security officials, including former leaders of the country's intelligence services, have written to U.S. President Donald Trump, urging him to use his influence to press Israel to end its military operations in Gaza. The officials stated that, based on their professional assessment, Hamas no longer poses a strategic threat to Israel. The belief Trump's standing among the Israeli public gives him the unique leverage to influence Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his government to bring the conflict to an end, secure the return of hostages, and alleviate the humanitarian crisis. The letter comes at a time when Netanyahu is reportedly seeking to expand the military campaign in Gaza. A ceasefire negotiations with Hamas remains deadlocked. And finally, the High Court of Israel has issued a temporary order freezing an attempt by the government to dismiss Attorney General Gali Baharav Meira in the latest instance of the far-right coalition closing ranks. The court's decision on Monday came immediately after the Israeli cabinet voted unanimously to fire Baharav Meira, the country's most senior legal official, who has been leading the prosecution of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu during his corruption trial. That's the international news, and again I do apologize for the unavailability of the regional newscast. The sporting highlights are straight ahead. Sporting fans, good morning. Now, in light of the recent criticisms from Caribbean leaders of Cricket West Indies and its president, Dr. Kishore Shallow, Jamaica Cricket Association boss, Dr. Donovan Bennett, has come out swinging. According to the GCA president, governments around the region are equally to blame for the decline of the sport in the Caribbean. Despite decades of concern, perception around the West Indies hit in an all-time low last month following a 3-0 Test and 5-0 T20 international sweep by visitors Australia. The team also created unwanted history in the third Test defeat at Sabina Park after being bowled out for 27, the lowest Test total in 70 years and the second lowest in the history of the near 150-year format. Since the defeat, St. Vincent and the Grenadines Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves called on Dr. Shallow and the entire board's resignation, as well as a forensic investigation into CWI's operations. Guyana's president and chairman of the CARICOM Subcommittee on Cricket, Irfan Ali, wasn't as scathing in his response, but called for a full evaluation and accountability to the people of this region. However, Bennett, who is also a director of CWI, believes regional governments have failed to adequately support development programs, which has led to the failing of the senior team. That's the sports at this time. We'll have more sports for you during our lunchtime newscast and our prime time newscast later in the day. The weather forecast is straight ahead.
Whether you're refreshing a bedroom or giving your home a bold new look, the Color Shop has the perfect paint and tools to make it happen, inside and out. With quality finishes for every surface and accessories to match, we make painting easy from start to finish. Whether it's a DIY weekend or a contractor starting a brand new project, the Color Shop is the trusted choice.
right, folks, for the latest weather forecast, we join forecaster Trisha Miller on the forecast desk at the MBIA. Good morning, Trisha.
Good morning to you and good morning to you listeners of GBN. It's a generally fair morning here at the airport with some showers in the vicinity. Winds are from the east at 14 miles per hour. Barometric pressure 16.6 millibars, which is above the mean and it's rising. Present temperature 28.1 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 80%. Yesterday's maximum temperature was 32.6 degrees Celsius and the minimum temperature last night was 27 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, only 1.3 millimeters of rainfall were recorded here at the MBIA. This brings the total for the month so far to 8.4 millimeters. Now the public forecast valid for today and tonight for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. The weather is expected to be mostly fair but slightly hazy with light morning showers. Winds east-northeasterly to easterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. Today's maximum temperature is expected to get up to 32 degrees Celsius. Seas slight to moderate, waves 3 to 5 feet in open waters. Tides are currently low and will be high around 1 p.m. Sunset this evening at 6:31. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 5:54. So just to recap, the weather is expected to be mostly fair but slightly hazy with light morning showers. From the Met Office, Trisha Miller.
Trish, just before you run off, a 3-day forecast, what does it look like?
It's not looking too bad. Just some light showers. Maybe on Thursday, a slight increase in the showers, but nothing significant.
And looking further down, the weekend is okay, right?
Well, I didn't look that far, but
Okay.
so far we don't really have anything on the horizon to give us any sort of activity.
That's great news. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Okay, bye. You too.
All right, folks, the weather forecast came to you with the kind compliments of Rennick and Thompson Company Limited.
Rennick Community Partnership Initiative.
Lions All Mass preserves the culture of Grenada. All Mass is basically portrayals of what is happening in our countries on a day-to-day basis. Running events like these require a lot of resources. I just want to take the time to tell Rennick a big thank you from the Lions Club of St. George's for being one of our sponsors in Old Mass over the years.
Rennick, energizing our community.
It's 4 minutes after 7 o'clock. To end the news, a recap of the headlines. Grenada's revenue collection takes a hit. A fine flavored chocolate industry boosted by International Trade Center training in Grenada. A farmer has been remanded for gun and ammunition possession. In the region, PNP campaign focuses on PM certified statutory declarations. Unfortunately, we did not have that clip. Internationally, the U.S. to implement visa bond program to deter overstays. And in sports, Cricket West Indies director demands greater contribution from regional governments. That has been the morning edition of news for today, Tuesday, the 5th day of August 2025. On behalf of the entire news department, thank you for viewing and listening. Wishing you a productive, safe, enjoyable day, and extending that invitation to you to stick and stay with the network, because we are with you anywhere and everywhere. Wait with us for the traffic report, which comes up in just 5 minutes.
Wednesday, August 6th, concept events together with Flatlands Park Ship and Print present Pre-Day Black and Bougie. Jalpree celebrates with all his friends. This is Pre-Day featuring the Viking, Bungee Guard, Fan Lions, and the Viking. Problem Child, GBM Neutral, Full Blow, performance by the Jab Boss himself. Tell
We coming through. My people coming through.
Top international DJ. The Grenada National Stadium. Gates open at 10 p.m. Showtime 11 p.m. All early bird tier 1 tickets have already been sold out. Grenada, get ready. This is Pre-Day Black and Bougie.
They go after
At Oasis Pet and Garden, we bring you the best products at the best prices nationwide. Layers and broiler chicks. All animal feeds and supplies available, including supplements, waterers and feeders, and lots more. For the farmers, we have you covered, literally.
Greenhouse plastic, premium quality ground cover.
Hydroponic systems, pesticides and fungicides, rain guns, weed whackers, and more. Visit the Oasis Pet and Garden today. Conveniently located along the Wester Hall Main Road, Wester Hall, St. David's,
and Melville Street, St. George's. Now serving you at 2 locations. Visit us today.
It's all about Kesty Band for the ultimate cool down party. It's all about Carnival Encore. You thought we missed it, and now we can't miss it.
Miss Oceanet, girl, I'm coming home, I wanna see you again. All day through the night, I'm dreaming. Yeah, Miss Oceanet, way you turn it up, make it smooth, my darling. When outside is pouring rain.
Attention all divers, snorkelers and underwater enthusiasts. Effective May 15th, 2025, all visitors to the renowned Mullinair Underwater Sculpture Park will be required to pay a small fee of US $3.50 or EC $10 per person. These fees are essential to support the ongoing maintenance and repairs of the sculptures, as well as the development of new features to ensure the park remains a world-class attraction. Payment can be made through the Grenada Tourism Authority's online payment portal, available on the Pure Grenada website, www.puregrenada.com. We thank you for your support in enhancing this extraordinary underwater product. This announcement is brought to you by the Grenada Tourism Authority and the Ministry of Tourism, dedicated to protecting and conserving Grenada's resources for the enjoyment of all. Looking to shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein? With GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world. With GPC Global, you can order the latest trends and must-have items, all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for your pickup. We offer the cheapest rates, and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your packages. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Join the Grenada Postal family today and start shopping smarter. Visit us online at www.grenadapostal.com or call us on 437-POST. That's 437-7678. GPC Global, your gateway to the world.
common theme woven into the very fabric of human history. From ancient wanderers to modern explorers, our instinct to move, to seek something greater, and to grow has always driven us forward. Imagine a journey into pathways of boundless opportunities and endless possibilities. A collective future where the vibrant rhythms of the Caribbean, rich culture, and welcoming community create unforgettable experiences. Beyond citizenship by investment, we believe in our collective investment of time, resources, and energy that fosters innovation, creates jobs, and enriches lives, driving the growth of an entire nation. The Investment Migration Agency Grenada boasts over a decade of exceptional service and remains committed to guiding you toward global mobility and economic freedom through investment. Your journey becomes our shared story of progress and prosperity. This is an invitation to be part of something greater, something enduring. Begin your journey at
All right, folks, it's 13 minutes after 7 o'clock. I am now joining Corporal Troy Paul from the Traffic Department of the RGPF for this morning's traffic report. Good morning, Corporal Paul.
Good morning to you and good morning to all your listeners, especially your drivers this morning. It is that time for the traffic report. It's Tuesday as we dive straight into the climax of Spice Mass 2025. It is that time where we have an increased volume of traffic on our nation's road, but at the moment, the roads are now quiet for a bit as we get closer to the 8 o'clock hour. We know what we to expect in terms of the volume of traffic. So persons traveling along our roads now are expected to have that free movement of traffic in most of the areas as they travel to and from their journey. But we have already started seeing movement along the Caledonian Public Road. That road never leaves us wanting in terms of vehicular traffic. Also, the Grand Public Road never leaves us wanting as well. We have already seen traffic flowing in those areas as persons moving to and from work in the southern part of the area, and that is the most busiest part of the island, as we know. Also, we expect a little bit of congestion as we get closer to the 8 o'clock hour, as what we refer to the rush hour, and where persons will be heading to work. All during the day, we expect traffic during the Grand Dance period. And by looking at social media, I have seen posts that where persons complain that if you don't have anything to do within the south of the island, please let's not ride through the Grand Dance area. That's one of the most busiest area around this time. It's a tourist belt, and it's also the route for the international airport. And in addition to that, we know that the Nawasa project is still going on, so expect some delays as you travel along the Calais, Mars Bishop, and Point Elin Public Road. And we know Grand Anse Public Road, it is the route for vehicles from the eastern side and all other adjoining roads. So please, persons, if you do not have any business to do in the south of the island, let us avoid. However, there will be officers deployed who will assist, especially around in the area of the roundabout, the traffic lights by the area of Foodland supermarkets, who will assist in directing or assisting in the flow of traffic to make it a little easier so persons can have some easement. But this will not stop it from the delays that we will expect. Also in the towns, most of our towns, we expect a bit of traffic, especially, and most of these traffic are caused due to pedestrians moving about, crossing the streets, and so on. So that slows down our traffic, and also the movement of vehicles along our islands. And we know we have seen an increase in the volume of visitors to our island. So with them here, and most of them want to drive. So we expect some slow movement of traffic as we go forward to the entire week of this week. We have a total of 10 minor accidents reported for the past 24 hours, and we start seeing that increase in motor vehicle accidents as we started last week, and it continues to be maintained within that numbers and figures. We will not continue to employ on drivers, especially our foreigners, as we encourage them to drive safely as we issue them temporary license as they travel along our nation's road. But we, as Grenadians, we let us do our part as well. Let us drive for boats and ensure that our roads remain safe. Our families, most of them are families, so let us encourage them, even the visitors, as they come, let us drive safely, and let them know that if they are attending shows and events, that the consumption of alcohol must be minimal. Let them know that they need a designated driver. Also, let them know that if they're tired, take some rest before driving out some events and shows. As we move on, the River Road Public Road continues to be one way, and we're seeing an increasing volume along that road as well. So drivers, please be mindful, expect some delay along the River Road Public Road. The Green Street project started, so in a nice expect no movement of traffic along Green Street Public Road, and we want to encourage drivers to continue to drive safe. And we have the events coming up this week, and we know events carry for the National Stadium, so persons traveling along the stadium and its environment during those events. Tomorrow we start off with 3-day, then we have the Queen Show, Soca Monarch, Bacchanal Friday, Groovy, then we have Panorama, Majgra, and as we head on to Juve. As we get closer, we will let persons know the traffic plan for the National Stadium, and persons will not be able to park along the Queen's Park Ring Road, the River Road Public Road on both sides, and also the Queen's Park Public Road. Parking, most of the areas around the stadium will be mostly for VIPs and sponsors, and we also have other parking designated, such as the Ariza car parks, the Wesley College ground for the general public, and the upstairs, the bus terminus. In additional parking, we will provide that information as we get closer to these events. We want to make sure that the carnival remains a safe and enjoyable one for all. And the question we ask every morning, and we'll continue to ask:
if you're texting,
and who's driving?
Who's driving?
So, definitely. So the persons who have not left home as yet, please do so to avoid the rush, and make sure you get to work safe and on time. And you have yourself a blessed and enjoyable morning to you and your entire team.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Corporal. You and your team have a great day. Continue your great work as always.
To you as well.
Folks, that was the traffic report. We take a quick commercial break and we'll get into the conversation after this.
August 6th, Concept Events, together with Flatlands Park Ship and Print, present Pre-Day, Black and Bougie. Talpree celebrates with all his friends. This is Pre-Day, featuring the Viking, Bungee Guard, the Alliance, and the Viking. Problem Child, GBM Neutral, Full Blow, I in a good spirit, I drink in a good spirit, Kute, put on something sweet, and a command performance by the Jab Boss himself, Talpree. We coming through. Top international DJ, the Grenada National Stadium. Gates open at 10 p.m. Showtime 11 p.m. All early bird tier 1 tickets have already been sold out. Grenada, get ready. This is Pre-Day, Black and Bougie.
Freedom
is driven to pursue that passion that keeps you up at night and makes you smile in your sleep. Freedom is bold to embrace the possibilities that can open up your world and conquer new heights. Freedom is fabulous, with bits and pieces that enhance the quality of your life. Freedom is what you do with the flexibility to change path or direction when you need to. Freedom breeds ambition and purpose while having loads of fun along the way. But most of all, freedom is well deserved for the road traveled and the journey still to come. Unleash your freedom with Nexa Credit Union. Call us on 440-1354 or visit our website to pre-apply. Apply now. Freedom awaits. Terms and conditions apply. Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
If you are interested in reliable and efficient shipping, then look no further. Carib Connects is the one for you. Our main office is situated in Miami, which boasts one of the most advanced facilities with branches in most of the Caribbean islands, including Grenada. At Carib Connects, we offer you a timely and hassle-free shipping experience. Whether it's by air or by sea, our logistic team will ensure that you have a superb experience. We can take care of your small packages, full container loads, vehicles, dangerous goods, hazmat materials, and special loading. Our local branch is situated on the Carnage, right next to the fire station. Come in and have a word with our experienced staff. They are more than equipped to assist you with anything that you would need. We open from Mondays to Fridays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can also get information at info@caribconnects.com. At Carib Connects, we are connecting you with excellence.
Distributed by Echo Blue Limited. Visit us on the Lansopine Main Road or call 405-4818.
It's 24 minutes after 7 o'clock. I want to say good morning to the twins, Jeremy and Josh Hector. That's Jeremy playing there, man. Grenada's really got it, you know. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It's time for the conversation. I'm expecting some folks from New Dimensions this morning. I haven't seen them as yet, but I'm hopeful that they'll join us for a brief conversation. You know, Panorama is just a matter of days away. The culmination, the climax of Spice Mass 2025 is just around the corner, and everyone is looking forward to it with bated breath. We look forward to that as well. Let's have a brief conversation. I'm going to start it off from here. Someone said, someone says this. Good morning, Innocent. It is time something be done to this man parading all over town representing Claudette Joseph while using government, wood and board to molest and disrespect women. Many reports were made to Claudette. It's all over social media, yet she sits down doing nothing. Is she for real? What woman will continue to make a man lie to them while destroying NDC? That woman have no... Okay, I'm not going further with this. You know, this one you'd have to handle on your own. It borders on somewhere that I don't want to go. Let's go to the phone line. Nonetheless, whatever you want to share, keep it brief as possible, and we know the parameters that we work within. Good morning, my dear friend Claudette Wells. Hope you're doing fine. You're the family. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Morning, Innocent. Morning to your listeners and viewers. Last night on the headline. Because of time, I was unable to add one point. The thing, over the years, it seems as though we had curtailed the misuse of animals in carnival, especially snakes and serpents. But in recent years, I don't know what happened. Seems as though that have come back to haunt us. So I'm appealing to the authorities and to the general population, especially the mass players and so on, jury time, to desist from misusing, to abusing the animals. And so this is one thing. The other thing is, my thought is reading because I'm trying to remember all of them. So the misuse, the other one in terms of carnival is the use of aerosol, for flaming. This is very dangerous. It's also unhealthy.
Yeah.
So we need to desist. We need to discourage people. And finally, not related to carnival, but we need to understand that the world is becoming barbarous, evil, more than anything, and not because of scripture, but because of the decline in level of intelligence in the people who run the world. We've seen, for instance, the United States have imposed a sanction on all the Supreme Court judges in Brazil because the people are doing their job. I mean, when you look at it, the people, those who are causing more problem in the world are really criminals, whether it's Trump, Netanyahu, or whoever, these people, the guy in El Salvador. I mean, something is happening. People need to wake up and stem the tide. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you very, very much for your contribution. 435-2041. We're continuing until our guests come, and if they don't, then we've got the time so that I can interact with you. What's happening? Good morning, Donnelly Alexis. How are you doing, Papi? Hope all is well. Let's accommodate this WhatsApp call. I do hope that the connection is good this morning. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Joseph.
Hi, morning. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. I'm talking to you from Grenada, boy. Usually I talk to you from the diaspora.
Hey, you reach home?
Yeah.
Well, home is where the heart is. Before we go any further, as I made that comment, home is where the heart is. I want to reach out to a longtime friend, a stalwart, a foundation person in Calypso, Super Terry. I saw Super Terry last Sunday. Super Terry, good morning to you wherever you are. It's always a love and a joy seeing you. All right. Hope you enjoy your stay with us here as much as possible. Back to you now, caller. Tell me, what's on your mind?
Yeah, Grenada is lovely. Grenada is lovely, man. You know, there's nothing much on my mind, really. Listen, it's a beautiful place, and you're always going to get people mourn. My only mourn is look, is the traffic, and it's not a lot of people. They just have to be more steady on the road, and the bright lights ahead. Some of them have about 6 headlights, full beam coming down, in the night and thing like that.
Right.
And I'm staying in St. Andrews, so I'm doing from town to St. Andrews, from St. Andrews to town in the night. And that is a handbag for me. But apart from that, Grenada is lovely.
Grenada is the best place in the world.
And your song getting played. Your song getting played, lovely, man. Respect.
Have some respect. Have some respect.
Yeah, lovely.
Have a good one, man.
So yeah. Have a nice day.
Yeah, God bless. Bye-bye. Folks, we accommodate this final call, and I was informed that my guests are here. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, Innocent.
Old people have a saying, talk about and it appears. I ain't calling you that.
But apparently you knew that I was going to call.
No, I didn't know. How would I know that?
Well, you know I'm very critical of certain things that happens.
Okay, talk to me.
I want to address the letter that or the note that you read this morning. It was not prudent that you do that. sir, I'll tell you something. There are a lot of people outside there that is malicious,
Okay.
And the fact that you started reading the letter and the note and you could not have continued, it speaks volume. My advice to you, though, that you cannot control when someone calls and they say certain things which might be, thing to someone's character. And you cannot control that. You could be able to stop it if it's in your opinion that they are going too far. But when you're reading it, when you start reading it already, people know who the individual is. And people out there are malicious. They are just out to make mischief, a lot of them. I mean, I'm presently now pursuing a matter before the courts.
Why?
From one of those persons who feel that they could say anything. I'm not Andy Williams or Deacon Mitchell, that they would say anything because they are politicians and people just, turn the other page. People have to be careful with what they say and what they write on social media. And I'm saying you as the person who is projecting GBN, you have to be cautious about what you read in terms of, for the listening public.
Well, I agree with you, but if you understand how the text message flows on our system, all right, I couldn't pre-read the entire, but when I read the first couple lines, I realized that this is going to get me in cattle belly crossway, and it would project a different thing. You understand? So hence the reason I desist from it. But nonetheless, thanks for your observation. How the season going with you, man?
Pretty good. Quiet this time around, man.
Just like me.
Very quiet.
Just like me.
and I'm listening to you.
Just like me. And Sotes and St. Patrick doing fine.
Yeah, man, Sotes. We come already, but we're good.
How was Crave?
Well, madness. I don't attend those crazy stuff on them.
You can't call it
a lot
crazy.
of people and liquor and all of that. I stay away from those sort of things. But it is an opportunity for people to let out steam and enjoy themselves. And in St. Patrick's, we have it. Crave, Senile, and all of them.
I have an uncle that has transitioned to the grid beyond, and when I heard him use those words always remain with me. People need an avenue to let off steam.
Precisely.
Yeah. May his soul rest in peace. Darnley, have a good day.
Even if the job, I don't sanction, out of season. But if you have a space where you could keep them, not to block the roads and dirty people's building and all of that, I encourage that also.
Job must play. Job must play. Have a good one. Love you. Bye-bye. All right, folks, as I said, I was informed that my guests are here, so we take that commercial break and we'll be back. When we come back, we talk steel band.
Served Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire and accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada and St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
It's all about Kesty Band for the ultimate cool down party. It's all about Carnival Encore. You thought we missed it, and now we can't miss it.
Miss Oceanet, girl, I coming home, I see you again. All day through the night, I dreaming. Yeah, Miss Oceanet, way you turn it up, make it smooth, my darling. When outside is pouring rain.
Welcome back to the conversation. As promised, I've got with me in studio a good friend from last year. We had a nice conversation last year, Mr. Aldwin Francis. He is the manager of Nexa New Dimension Steel Band Orchestra. Good morning, Papi. How are you doing?
Morning, fine. And what's about you?
I am doing fine myself. I woke up this morning, I did my morning devotion, and I'm energized for the day. And I can't say the same for you because I know you had a late night in preparation.
Yeah, definitely.
How's preparation coming?
Very good.
Yeah?
We're trying to make it a three-peat this year.
Okay, not a repeat, a three-peat.
A three-peat, because we already repeated last year.
Right. Yeah, you are actually the reigning Panorama champion.
For the past 2 years.
Okay. Tell me, you want to put that on silent? Yeah, put it on silent. It's a lot of people who don't understand the intensity of the efforts required to get yourself ready for a Panorama competition. And one of the things that I'm noticing nowadays is that there are quite a number of young children involved. As the organization, how do you manage that?
Well, it's difficult in some areas, but we try to cope because we started our pan school in order to have continuity.
Okay.
Because you can't go and ask somebody every year to play. So, like all the big bands would have a pan school, and what we do, we train the children, and when they reach a certain level, then we bring them up to the senior band. For example, our band may be 85 this year, but 45 would be under the age of 18.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely.
So is it safe to say that the future of Pan in Grenada is safe in terms of players? It's safe. I mean, the investments behind it and ensuring all the infrastructure and all the requisites and so forth might be a bit dwindly, but in terms of players, professionally trained players, you don't think we have a problem?
We don't have a problem, but the investment, especially from the business sector, is very poor.
Okay.
Because they would sponsor a band, but you need to have a reputation. And that is the problem. I feel sorry for the younger bands. And take time to congratulate Grenada Pan Angels on a job well done last Panorama, Junior Panorama last Saturday. It was really a good execution.
Do you think that government could do more? You think government is doing enough, and what you need more is more partnerships from the private sector? What's your take on that?
I might be controversial in the sense that Dimension, which is Nexa New Dimension, we have a plan that started 37 years ago, that when we go to Panorama, we go to win. Hence the reason why we have the most Panorama titles in the last 37 years. We have 14. And the only band to win and do a hat trick. and we're hoping to do another one this year. But the key in the thing is that we need good representation, because the Steel Band Association is supposed to be a union. Like you have the public workers union representing public workers. The Steel Band Association is supposed, and I personally, I don't know if people will agree with me, but I feel that we need to do more in the Steel Band Association to organize, especially for outer bands, smaller bands, to assist them, especially in pan tuning and arranging.
Okay.
Because we have an in-house arranger that grew with the band from a junior right up. Now he is the senior arranger. He's the musical director.
Okay.
But other bands will have to scramble. Well, Habs would not do that. But other bands, the Cheros wouldn't do that. But other bands will have to search for an arranger.
Outside of Grenada?
Not outside of Grenada, because this is illegal. It's illegal, and I'm stressing it's illegal to bring. You could bring in players, 2 per section, because sometimes you might need players, that will complete your band, because you may be missing 2 tenors. You might want 20 tenors and you only have 18. You could bring in 2 on your own expense, register them and play, but never an arranger. Never.
So do we have enough people in Grenada with the expertise in pan playing and musical knowledge to be arrangers?
We have a good amount.
Okay.
Because when we are out to arranger in 2018, we brought in an arranger who was actually a player in our band to do that year. And then Cordell Bayam, the musical director, came in 2019. And we had to appreciate he did a good work with the band, because in 4 years, the band went to Panama 4 years from because the COVID, there was no Panama, and he has won 3 Panamas in 4 years.
Wow. Okay.
He's doing an excellent job.
So what would you say is the greatest hindrance to the full improvement of pan in Grenada? What do you think is a major setback? What do you think?
The major setback is that we don't have sponsorship for the smaller bands, 1. 2, we need a relationship between our association and the government. They should be in one in order to push the Steel Band forward. We are getting some help from the government, but because literally Steel Band organization crashed in COVID. And I'll go back to the same thing, is that Steel Band basically is a money-making thing, because you have unemployed players that give their life and their heart to Steel Band. And then when they were sharing out the money, they gave the Steel Band none. For example, Dimension would have earned $11,000 a month, pay the players 10 and keep 1. And for 1 year, which is $132,000, we got no money. And we applied to the government said we don't deserve the money, but they were giving other people the money, and the band literally crashed financially, and now we're trying to see ends to make ends meet.
Okay, so the relationship that you've established with Nexa Credit Union.
Yeah, we have a good relationship with Nexa Credit Union.
Okay, and is it a long-term?
No, we have a contract, a 3-year contract that would end next year. So then negotiation would start if Nexa is interested. But who would not be interested? You sponsor a band for 3 years. They give you 2 Panama titles out of 3, placing third in the third one. And then in the Pan Expression, that is normally around March, April, where bands are asked to play slow tune in calypso tempo. You have Nexa Dimension winning the last 4. So we had a beaver trick now, 4 years, and our musical director has won that title 6 times. So he would arrange for 2 different bands, but 6 years in a row. And that is history where you can't dispute. It's written in statistics.
Now, what businesses always look forward to is their returns on investment. Nexa sponsors New Dimension. New Dimension wins. What does that do for Nexa?
Well, basically, you have publicity 1 and hybrid advertisement. Hybrid advertisement comes up, let me put prime time. Now, GBN has a cost for prime time advertisement.
Right.
Because that's when people sit and listen to news Example, that is prime time. A good
you
program.
know the industry, man.
It's prime time. So when Nexa goes on stage, Nexa New Dimension, we playing for 10 minutes. Now you do the maths.
Yeah.
But at 30-second ad, I don't know, but I am putting it at $2,000 at 30-second ad. We playing, if it's at 30-second ad, it go be $4,000 for 1 minute. We playing for 10 minutes.
That's $40,000.
That is $40,000. You understand? And that is for that. Pan Expression is 6, so that is $24,000. So you're having a $64,000, and Next Dimension goes right through the island. When people, anybody time people hear Nexa, they know it's good music. The Carnage, the Pan and the Sun, all these advertisements. So in truth and in fact, we are giving more than we're receiving. But that is how the industry works.
Yeah. And I wish that Grenada gets in line with what you just said, and that entities, private entities, see value not just in the hard or the physical cash, but look at the expanded value of what is being done. Because, for example, it's an investment into the youth as well. And when the young people that you have in your band get to know that Nexa was integrally involved in fostering their development in Pan, do you think when they become a professional, let's assume they go on to be a doctor or a police or whatever, they would forget Nexa? They can't.
No. Because before, we were known as Dimensions. But now, instead of people calling us Dimension, they call us Nexa.
Yeah.
So that is also another form of advertisement, you know? And basically, keeping the youths in the pan house. Well, I always coin the phrase around August time, the pan house becomes a day nursery. Because a child will come to play, but his brother and sister is too young. But they will be in the pan house. So literally,
they're being supervised as well.
Yeah, so it's basically a day nursery we have.
Wow.
But steel band, and I am talking from experience, helps you to retain. Because if you are retaining 4 or 5 tunes in your head, it's easier to retain any form of educational articles in terms of your history. You remember just so you remember the pan.
Right.
And there's a lot, and I see a lot of youths that come in and they were not really intellectually there. But after 2 or 3 years, parents will say, oh, my child come from 10th to 4th, and is a good experience, and we understand that is one of the way to go in terms of getting your children active. And on the other hand, it's good for the economy and the country because we tend to keep them off the streets.
Right.
Because children don't have anything to do. So they tend to be idle. But when you have them in the pan house and they know every day they have to come from 9 to 5, especially on holidays, is literally keeping them off the streets. According to people, getting the idle hands to do something that is worthwhile and progressive.
Yeah, that's important. Now let's zero in on Nexa's preparation for 2025. Earlier up, you declared that you think it could be 3 years in a row.
I think, yeah.
Huh?
And I think I know.
You know it will be 3 years in a row.
Another profit, but how things going?
Now, if you could declare that, then after the program, I come in and see you to tell me what will happen Sunday night, you know. Nonetheless, in terms of the preparation, how are preparations coming? What are some of the, not letting out your intricate secret, but how are preparations coming?
Well, let me tell you one thing is that the senior band, Nexa New Dimension, will be playing Heart of Carnival by Vaughn. Okay? It was a tune from last year, but a very nice tune. So we'll be playing that along with 4 other bands will be playing that same tune. So basically it'll be a panorama with a test piece. Because you have 5 out of 8 bands playing the same tune. It's easy to judge.
Yeah.
Because 5 bands playing the same tune, the Heart of Carnival. We choose that tune just after Christmas, and the musical director started to work from that time. So basically we on par. The tune will be finished by tonight, hopefully, and then we start drilling for the last 3 to 4 days. on the other hand, I would invite people, pan enthusiasts and people who support Next A New Dimension, that tomorrow night we have something called Pan Vibes on the Melbourne Street basketball court. It starts about 7:30. Got a band practice up to about 12 o'clock. So you could come, have good music, interact with the players, get something to eat, get something to drink, and then you have an idea. So when you come Panorama night, you wouldn't be surprised that Dimension is prepared on the road for a third straight victory.
What are some of the specifics that, I mean, you said during the holidays the children come in from 9 and runs?
9, run up to 5 o'clock.
As it relates to the preparation for Carnival, not Carnival, but for Panorama itself, how do you go about that actual preparation? You said you're finishing the song tonight. What does that mean when you say you're finishing the song?
Well, it's basically 10 minutes, and Panorama is like a statement. So you start with the introduction, you go into the original tune so people know, and then you go in other part like arrangement, you have a change a key, then you have a jam part, and then to the ending now, you have to have an ending. So you get all of that the musical director is responsible for that. So you start around March, April. You start practice will start from 5 to 7, and we lengthen the practice as we go by. Once we go after 9 o'clock in the night, the organization is responsible for giving a meal. So right now we are on the part that we have to give them a meal, and transportation in Grenada. So once we start practicing after 9 o'clock, transportation must be provided to drop you. As we drop people as far as St. Patrick's, because we might have 4 or 5 people go off Victoria, so we engage a bus that will drop them up. We have our bus, but our bus is basically for around the St. George area. And with that, you have an additional incentive that when you come to practice, you don't have to worry about going home 12 o'clock in the night. And it's key to all big bands, because when you have players from all over the island. So then transportation is a key. And then you had the uniform, you had a Suzy uniform, you had to get the design and everything to match with your presentation in terms of the tune you are playing. So it's a kind of ticklish thing, but we have thing. But Dimension, in truth and in fact, is basically one man less. Because I don't know if you are aware that Kenton Fry Roberts, who was the logistics officer in New Dimension, he was in the band for 37 years, because Dimension is 37 years old.
Wow.
Okay, he was there for the entire 37 years, and sadly we lost him last month, the 28th of last month. So we need to get other people now to come together to deal with the logistics, which is the jerseys, the banners, the stands and things. And we are on par with the stands, everything, the painting, everything. We move the stands, and I would have to say appreciation. I don't know if it's sponsored, but I don't like to do that. But that is not to basically advertise. But we had to appreciate for the people who own the old Arnold building on Melbourne Street to grant us the facilities to practice out here. So right now the band practices outside in the car park. So we brought the stands down, and we had to put in a plug because the parliamentary representative for the Thomas St. George, Honorable Peter David, because we don't have no place to put our stands. And we have a lot of stands, so he gave us permission so we could keep the stands there during the year. So we will move it from there onto Melville Street, which we are now for practice session.
Okay. Time is running out on us, but if you were tasked with the responsibility to do something to make the steel band movement, and by extension Panorama in Grenada, bigger and better, what are some of the things you do?
One, the organization, the steel band organization, must organize with the government fully and totally. implement the memorandum of understanding which we have about 3 years ago, and it has not been implemented.
Why?
Well, I don't know. The other asks the executive of the association. I believe when Mr. Ashby, if you see Mr. Ashby, ask him. Because the government was willing. Because Honorable Ron Reid basically signed the memorandum and understanding. Once that is signed, then you implement.
Yeah.
But there is no implementation. 1, 2, we need serious sponsorship and serious individual in the organization.
In terms of management and so forth?
In terms of, especially the steel band organization. We need to be not selfish, like, it's my band, so I seek in my band interest. Because one band cannot run an organization. So you need to have collective leadership in terms of bands putting their head together to say, we want this, we want it. And invest in pan tuning.
Okay.
Because that takes a lot of money. A lot of money. You have a big band like Dimension, I ain't want to quote the figure, but half of the sponsorship money goes there.
Okay. Right. Are you satisfied with the performance of the current executive of Steel Band?
Nah, I could say that openly, with no apology. And I am speaking for and on behalf of New Dimensions, nobody else. Because we need to be more proactive. And if we are not proactive, we just stay the same way.
Okay. All right. So as we do the wrap, what can you were very prophetic when you started. What can you prophesy for next year? Is next year going to be a better year for Pan, you think? Based on what you're seeing now?
Well, basically, it's always a better year for us because, like, we had peak in 1990. We went to Panama with 95 members. And then it went down. We started with, we went to Panama, one Panama in 1988 with 15 players, Pan players. We had about 20 rhythm men. That was in 88. And then we went on, the band went up to about 90. And then we started after COVID. We started with 60 players going to Panama, and this year we totaled about 85.
Okay.
Yeah, and 85 serious players, because what the musical director along the way, he would identify individuals who he knows would not make it. So he will tell you it's better you support than play.
All right.
And that is it.
And look forward to next year.
And Dimension motto is in pursuit of excellence. And we stick by that.
Okay.
Hence the reason why we have the most Panama titles in 37 years.
Okay.
And the most Pan Expression title in the same 37 years.
Well, I want to extend kudos to your sponsor, Nexa Credit Union.
Yeah.
Someone is trying to get into the... Caller, you have to be very, very brief. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Innocent. I'm listening to my good friend Solo. Listen, I want to add to something he said in terms of the Steel Band Association making an impact. Apart from sponsorship and all that Solo has mentioned, the association needs to invest in our youth. I remember Peck single-handedly went around the island and started bands in so many of the schools outside of St. George's. So we need investment in, yes, the smaller bands, but also in our youth. Okay?
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for that interjection there.
Well, the smaller bands are basically youthful bands. So Grenada Pan Angels, the same players that play for Junior Panama plays for Senior Panama.
Okay.
But Peck was the steel band official. He was tasked with that role. At Peck demise, when he died, up to now, there is no steel band officer
in the ministry.
No steel band officer in the ministry. It is budgeted every year, but it's on the owners of the Steel Band Association in the MIU to get them to give somebody. But we're hopeful by September we would have a steel band officer. So Peck would be going on the island because he was delegated to do that task based on his employment in the ministry. But there is no steel band officer.
And if that provision is made now, do you have people, able-bodied people that can...
Well, let me tell you, I have always been pushing and plugging for that. And I only see 2 people, but I want to mention a name here that could do that. People who have a love for the steel band, who could associate with the children, because children look up to people. And if you have somebody that they don't respect, they respect it back. If you have somebody that they don't respect, you would not get that thing. But I know that I know 2 people, and hopefully the government was asking, we want a seaman officer. So we're hoping that the association will give at least 2 or 3 names, you check them, and then you help by building up the bands.
I want to wish you all the best, all successes that can be had in the upcoming Panorama Championship that's coming Saturday night.
Yes, sir.
And continue doing the great works. I'm happy to know that you take care of the nation's youth, give them something positive to do when school is on vacation and even when school is not. So continue playing that role, and let's pray for the best.
Well, thank you very much, and I wish everybody an enjoyable carnival. Come to Panorama, try to be early on time. Dimension will be playing in number 3 position.
Okay.
So Panorama, as I always tell people, starts and ends with Dimension. And let me give you a little joke. Like over the years, when I was much younger, we went in the park. The other time we would have played foot. And I never realized that the other bands, when Dimension went to have an intention to win Panorama, the other bands came to beat Dimension. So we were placed 4th position, and you could have seen the excitement on the other bands. We beat Dimension because everybody was definitely coming to beat Dimension, not to win Panorama.
Even the person that won didn't realize they win. They're just happy they beat Dimension.
But that year was a joke because Syncopators from Victoria came 2nd. But they had this score sheet that wasn't right because Prater Carnival was 20. Syncopators got 19 and a half because they really jump on the stage. Dimension got 3. Because we don't really jump much, except the frontline players, but everybody does be sticking to the pan.
Okay. Thank you very much for
I really appreciate for coming here, and as I say, everybody enjoy your carnival. Try and make it at least crime free or minimize the crime, 1 and 2. Come to Panorama and hear the best of the lot.
Thank you. Folks, that's it for the conversation this morning. We've got to go. The BBC is up next, and I presume it's already in progress. Thank you for being with us this morning.
Dozens of people are missing after